another threat. Obviously, since I started my career, all of them posed a threat to me. So obviously, like with Dillian Whyte, it's just trying to execute the game plan as usual.
It's a must-win fight, and obviously, I'm going up against the next Mike Tyson, as in he's been compared to Mike Tyson and a lot of great fighters. You know, I mean, I'm just look old me. I never
look. Dillian's in the business. He obviously wants to pay those, but he's in the he wants another shot at the title, and he wants to get himself into a position to do that. And for him, looking at all the fighters, all the organisations, you look at Moses. Moses is ranked #1 now by the WBO. So if he were to fight Moses, then that puts him in the #1 spot.
Big changes are coming to boxing, and Moses Itauma isn't here to play. When Dillian Whyte warned he might not fight, Moses didn't get mad or scared. He just gave a cool, calm answer that showed he's serious. He's taking things one step at a time, one fight at a time. And now, Whyte is the next name on his list. That's how a hungry young fighter thinks when he's ready to take over.
It's like step by step, fight by fight. If you're gonna ask me like what's my plan in this division, is to knock Dillian Whyte out.
Dillian says again and again that he doesn't care what people think. But when you say something too much, it can sound like you're trying to believe it yourself. The truth is, Moses isn't just someone people talk about. He's stuck in Dillian's mind now. And when a fighter feels that kind of pressure, even the strong ones can start to crack.
I don't know how I'm meant to feel. I don't really pay much attention to. I've never been someone to pay attention to what people's gotta say. I just do what I believe, and I say, yeah, okay, cool, and just do whatever the fuck I want anyway. So yeah, I don't really, I try and focus on me and what I'm doing and what my kids and families doing. I don't care about some idiots' attention land. Who is this?
Dillian says he has a smart plan. He's not just looking for one big punch. He wants to use timing and clever moves. But Moses doesn't give you much time. He's fast, he's strong, and he keeps coming. If Dillian waits too long, Moses might rush in and turn the whole fight into a battle to just stay standing. Strategy only works if you get the chance to use it.
More punches than that, and I have a lot more punches than that. So, I'm not just focusing on one punch. I'm focusing more on strategy and get into the strategic position to learn what we're learning. It's softball, so you can't just walk up to him and learn left hook and then the same like you do on other people. So you have to set it up and timing and stuff. So yeah, I've just been working more on that.
Now Tyson Fury has spoken about the fight too. He says it's a good matchup, and he's right. This is the perfect time for Moses to face Dillian. Dillian hasn't fought much lately, but he can still be tough. The big question is, how much of the old Dillian is still there? Because if he's even a little slower, Moses will take over fast and make it look easy.
Good fight actually, especially for Moses. I think it's a very good time to fight Dillian. He's had a couple of years out of the ring. But make no mistakes, Dillian Whyte is a massive puncher. To head and body. I know he's taking it very serious. I'm speaking to Ty Mitchell, who's in training camp with him. And looking forward to the fight. It's a big step up for Moses because he hasn't really fought anybody on Dillian's level. The old Dillian, it was a couple of years ago. And it's going to be interesting to see how much that Dillian Whyte has.
Next, Frank Warren shares his thoughts about Dillian's power. He reminds us that Dillian Whyte can hit hard. He's knocked down top fighters before, but that kind of danger goes both ways. If Dillian can land a big shot, sure, it could change the fight, but Moses hits hard too, and he's younger, faster, and ready.
But I'm talking about with somebody who doesn't fiddle around, somebody who actually would like to get in the latter rounds and is capable of knocking people over. He's a puncher. You've seen him do it, and he's done it with.
Simon Jordan breaks it down in simple terms. This fight is all business. Moses is facing Dillian Whyte because his team thinks it's a safe challenge. They see it as a smart move, not a dangerous risk. Maybe Dillian can take it a few rounds. Maybe test Moses a little, but everyone expects Moses to win clearly. That kind of confidence adds pressure too. If Moses struggles, people will say he wasn't ready. But if he beats Dillian easily, it tells the whole heavyweight division that this 20-year-old is not just a new name, he's a serious problem.
Fight, but it'll be fascinating to see how Moses goes against Dillian. I don't think they put him in against Dillian Whyte if they think there's real jeopardy for them. I think they might get a few rounds and get asked a few more questions than possibly they've been asked by Marius Wack and Dempsey McKean. But I don't think much. They think much.
Adam Smith explains clearly why Moses is such a tough fighter to face. He says Moses fights like someone with way more experience. His fast footwork, smart timing, and control in the ring make it hard for opponents to figure out what to do. If you attack him, he'll counter you. If you back away, he'll chase you down. That's bad news for Dillian Whyte, who fights best when he can get close and hit hard. But against Moses, getting close won't be easy. Dillian will need more than just power. He'll need to outthink a smart young fighter. And if he can't do that quickly, Moses will take over the whole fight and wear him down until there's nothing left.
With Moses is that his feet and his distance and his range is so good and he's so quick that if you commit to the punches, you're going to get countered. And if you don't, you're going to get backed up and taken out. So it's a real puzzle. There's not many heavyweights that are southpaws. Obviously, Alexander Usyk is, but he's moved up into that domain.
And then there's Derek Chisora, never afraid to speak his mind. He doesn't try to be polite about it either. Chisora straight up says Dillian Whyte has a better chance of winning the lottery than beating Moses. That sounds harsh, but it might not be far from the truth. Moses is young, well-trained, and on a winning streak. Dillian, meanwhile, hasn't fought much lately and has taken a lot of hits in recent years. Chisora's words may be blunt, but they reflect what many fans are already thinking. This fight is Moses's to lose.
Boxing a guy who's 24 years old, who's got his always faculties right, getting trained by one of the best trainers in the United Kingdom, and then mate, it's like you got more chance of winning the lottery than you beating that Moses Itauma.
Finally, Johnny Nelson shares what this fight really means for Dillian Whyte at this point in his career. He says it's a good matchup, but also hints at something deeper. Dillian might now be seen as a gatekeeper. That means he's still tough, still dangerous, but not expected to reach the top again. Fighters like that are often picked to test rising stars. They have big names and experience, but are beatable. For Moses, winning this would show he's ready to beat not just young guys, but seasoned fighters too. For Dillian, it's a chance to prove he's not just there to make others look good, but if Nelson's words are true, this fight might be the start of Dillian's final chapter in boxing.
So just wait and see, but it's exciting.
What do you make of Itauma versus Dillian Whyte?
It's a good fight. Dillian likes to fight. He'll have a tear up. Yeah. You know, you can't test this man for honors. You know, he'll fight anybody and everybody. So with Dillian doing that, you think, you know what? You know, it's a good fight, good testing fight, and like, you might be a gatekeeper.
Spencer Oliver keeps it simple. This is the fight where we really see who Moses Itauma is. It's not just another match, it's a real test. Dillian Whyte has fought big names and taken big punches. But Spencer thinks Moses won't just win, he'll do it in style. That means taking control, setting the pace, and making it look easy. If Moses beats Whyte, it shuts up anyone who says he hasn't faced a real threat. It also pushes him closer to a world title. There's a lot of pressure, sure, but Moses doesn't seem shaken. He acts like he's done this before, even though he's only 20. Oliver's words don't feel like hype, they feel like truth. This fight might just be another step towards something big for Moses.
Everything, because he knows it's last chance saloon for him. He needs the victory here. So, look, we find out just how good Moses Itauma is, I think, on the 16th of August when he boxes Dillian Whyte, because I think he wins it and wins it in style. But everyone they put in front of him so far, he's just dismantled. I think this kid's going to go on and win.
Derek Chisora doesn't sugarcoat things, and this time he's keeping it classic Chisora. He straight up told Dillian Whyte not to take the fight, and when a fellow heavyweight gives you that advice, it's not a joke, it's a red flag. Then in true Chisora fashion, he messaged Moses with a half laugh, saying don't put him to sleep too badly. Sounds funny, but underneath the humor is real respect for Moses' power. Chisora's faced the hardest hitters out there, so when he hints that a knockout is coming, people listen. The truth is, everyone close to the sport can feel it. Dillian's walking into deep waters. And Moses? He's calm, focused, and ready to send a message that'll shake the division. Chisora's words might make you smile, but if you read between the lines, he's already written the ending.
I was like, listen, I don't know why you're taking that fight, for what reason, and he goes, oh, he don't care, you're not my friend, you know, so I was like, listen, just be careful, and I messaged Moses, I'm like, Moses, just fight him, but don't put him to sleep that badly.
Andrew McCart breaks it down with brutal honesty. He says this fight isn't just about pride or legacy, it's about money, and that changes everything. He sees Moses as needing a big name test, and Whitey fits the bill.
The fight. The reason being is because Moses Itauma, we've been saying now, is that guy. He needs that test. He needs that step up. And I think Dillian Whyte is that guy. Dillian Whyte's probably found it hard now to get that big fight. He's probably said, I'll fight Moses Itauma if you give me X amount of money. And that's probably why.
Alato says it straight. If Whitey wants even a tiny shot, he has to bring back the old version of himself. The gritty one, the fearless one, the guy who could drag anyone into a war and come out swinging. But that Dillian, he's from years ago.
And we need to almost see the old school Dillian Whyte who, wasn't afraid of anyone, would put it on anyone. Because Moses is still only 20. And I almost feel like if Dillian needs a path to victory, it might start from outside the ring first. And then we'll see. Because there would have been a time when Moses has grown up and he's watching Dillian Whyte.
This fight isn't just another day on the boxing calendar. It's a crash between two totally different timelines. On one side stands Moses Itauma, a 20-year-old rising star tearing through the heavyweight ranks. He's fast, calm under pressure, and hits with the kind of power that makes veterans nervous. His mindset, ruthless. His goal, clear. Moses isn't just fighting, he's climbing, building a legacy punch by punch.